Okay, we're going to do the same type of thing, but I'm going to show a different way of organizing your thinking. So we're going to start with one question. This question can be something that differentiates one group from another. It doesn't matter how big the groups are as long as we can make one group be separate from another. It could be 1 and 4, it could be 3 and 2, whatever the sizes of groups we like, as long as there are at least 2 groups. Well, there'll be exactly 2 groups. So I can see from this picture that we have, I'll just do eye color maybe. We've got what I think are brown eyes, what I think are bluish eyes, kind of really pale bluey eyes, and kind of dark black eyes. So maybe I might ask for the first question, eye color. So this is the characteristic that I'm focusing on. And maybe I'll say, is the eye color black or not black? If the eye color is black, there's only one that I think meets that characteristic, that criteria. And we'll name these guys, we'll name them A, B, C, D, and E. That's going to be person E. And now we're done thinking about person E. But for the people who don't have black colored eyes, we're going to have to ask a new question. So this question could be, well, could be a lot of things. It could be, maybe we'll ask, let's stick with color for a second here. Color on the top of the head. So this is the characteristic we're looking for. And I'm asking that because I see blue here and I see green here. But here, oh, I should be careful. When I say color, maybe I could say blue or green. Because, I mean, this hair color counts as color, right? So I guess I should be careful. So blue or green color on the top of the head. We have yes and no, right? The ones who have color on the top of the head are A and D. And the ones who don't, by that blue-green definition, are B and C. So we haven't narrowed it, we haven't finished those guys off yet, but we have broken them into 2 smaller groups. So let's go for the people who do have color on the head. That's A and D. We could ask then about their eye color. We could ask about, do they have hair? We could ask about shape of the nose. We could ask about, well, I'm sure you can find out more things than I can, but we'll pick something. So if they do have color on the top of their head, we're going to ask another question, sorry. I'm just going to say, do they have hair or not, because that's easy. So, do they have hair or no hair? And the one that has hair is D. It's D, which means we're done with D. And the one with no hair is A, which means we're done with A. Now we only have B and C left to figure out. We need a characteristic to keep them separate. And that characteristic might be, maybe we'll do ear size. This person's ear is roughly, let's say this is the size of their head. I would say their ear is like a quarter the size of their head. And here, for this, I would say maybe 1/6 the size of their head. So maybe I'll ask, ears greater than, maybe I'll say greater than or equal to, between 1/6 and 1/4 is 1/5, so I'll use that as the, are the ears greater than or equal to 1/5 the size of the head? The one with big ears is C. The one with smaller ears is B. So the one, yes, they have big ears, that was C. And we're done with C. And the one, no, who had smaller ears, was B. And now we're done with B. This kind of flowchart plan is another way to organize a dichotomous key. It's a pretty good way to organize a dichotomous key because it lets you see how you got to each question. If you're doing it in the first style that I showed with questions numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you have to be able to trace back where you came from. And here you can trace back very easily by just, tracing your finger back. You just say, oh, where'd I come from? I answered this question, this question, etc. Maybe that's easier for you to follow back. Both of these are good ways to design a dichotomous key.